Today, I want to break down exactly how a couple of weeks ago I closed a $100,000 deal. Easily the biggest deal I've ever landed. It resulted in the biggest cash collected day we'd ever had. And in this video, I want to share exactly how that came about, but more importantly, the biggest lessons that you can apply to your business right now to make more money and ultimately create a business that you actually love running. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Dan Bolton, CEO of scalability.com. One of the things that we have learned in helping, hundreds and hundreds of coaches and consultants scale is there's typically, a problem that many people face when it comes to building a high ticket business. And it's the whole hamster wheel of having to get new clients all the time. Even if you're just at the start of your journey, this whole idea of having to go out, find 5 clients, right? And then you have to find 5 clients again next month, and you got to find 5, and so on and so forth. You insert your number. That is likely your reality right now. You've got clients finishing up. You need to get new clients. In order to keep growing, you just have to get more and more and more clients. And one of the things that I really went into this last year trying to figure out is, how do we not just have to get more clients? Like, in other words, how do we not build a business where we just constantly need to get new clients in the door to pay bills, to be profitable, to be moving in the right direction? But how do we make more per customer, right? How do we not just have to get more customers or get more clients? How do we make more per client? And this was a big epiphany for me that happened the end of last year. So end of 2021, I heard, I think it might have been Alex Hormozi say the quickest way to make a lot of money is to make a high touch, high ticket offer. In other words, like you're doing an exclusive premium kind of one-to-one offer, or like done for you service or something like that. And so what I was doing around that time was we were preparing to pack up our life in New Zealand, and we're going to be doing 6 months in America and then really traveling around the world, which is what we've done this year. We did LA, we're in Mexico, we are now in Bali, hence the, for anyone watching, the tan and the just overall redness that I'm exhibiting right now. And so end of last year, I was like, I need to make as much money as possible because traveling is going to be expensive. And we were, trading in multiple currencies and things like that. And so I'm going to do this whole thing where I'm going to do 12 weeks of like one-to-one coaching with a number of people. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with scalability.com, we run a program called Scale Academy, and I'm involved in it 100%, but there's a coach or coaches, and it's more of a group coaching program from my perspective. It's one-to-one for the clients, but in terms of my involvement, I'm not working one-to-one with the clients. I used to do that. I don't have to do that any longer. And so I was creating this one-to-one offer, and I was doing it in such a way that I was doing something I hadn't really done in a long time, which made it like the perception really valuable for a lot of people. Now, here's what I didn't think would happen. I was putting together this program, and it was 25 grand for 12 weeks. And if you're sitting here wondering, dude, just tell me about the 100K deal, this is leading into that because it's very, very important that I lay this foundation. So end of last year, 25K, 12 weeks, one-to-one coaching, right? Without getting into all the details of everything that people would get, that's kind of what I was thinking. Now, I originally had 5 spots. I ended up taking on 6 people because it was just another really good fit that I wanted to work with. Mistake number 1 is I assumed that the people that were going to pay me 25 grand were people that I haven't worked with, right? I was like, oh, there'll be people out and about that, might have wanted to work with me in some capacity, have never worked with us, and now is their opportunity. Well, that was a big surprise to me that when I opened it up, the first 4 spots were taken from existing clients. So in other words, they were people that were already in our world, already trusted me, knew me, liked me, and simply wanted to go deeper. Now, for you, that might be a no-brainer. You might be going, sure, of course, that was what was going to happen. For me, I had no idea, right? So that was the first thing. The second thing was, after that 12 weeks, there were a number of people that were like, can we just keep going? And if you're doing the math on 25 grand per client per 12 weeks, it's a lot of money. And so what happened was there was a client, especially, there was a number of clients that stuck around for 9 or 10 months in this one-to-one relationship. But there's one client in particular that ended up contracting me to not only do consulting, but then also do like some coaching with their clients and things like that. And it's a relationship that I've loved, and it's been really mutually beneficial all year. And so this has been going on throughout the year, and they've been paying me between kind of $15,000-$20,000 a month, sometimes even more than that, just for a few hours of work. So it's been incredibly lucrative. A couple of weeks ago, I get an unexpected tax bill, and I'm learning this is just a rite of passage as an entrepreneur. I've been in the game for 4 years. Most tax bills were kind of in and around what I thought they would be. Obviously, not all of them I was happy with, of course. But there was truly one that was like, hey, and you owe, I think it was like $180,000. I'll just be transparent here. And I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, I thought we just paid tax like 5 seconds ago. Where has this come from? How is it, And rather than using cash that we have that we could use, or, anything like that, I was like, I want to get creative here, because this is a bill that I did not anticipate having in any way, shape, or form. And I want to figure out how to make this money. And so I'd set myself a goal of, I'm going to make $100,000 in a week. and if that sounds crazy to you, even though you and I might be at different levels, I don't know, that was crazy to me. Like, that was insane to me. And I was sitting there one night and trying to figure this out. I was like, I want to make $100,000. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And my mind was like, I just need to sell more clients, right? That was where my mind went to. I need to sell my clients, or I need to open up this one-to-one thing again. And my wife was like, you know what? You should talk to, X client, the one that's contracted me for this whole year, and see if there is a way that you could add value beyond what you're currently doing, and, whether or not he'd want to pay you more for that. And so I sat down and I thought through it, and I kind of came up with a proposal that I thought there was going to be, a service, something that I could create for him, basically some curriculum, and help him kind of dial in some client success stuff that I thought might be worth a lot of money to him. And so we jump on a call the next day. I say, hey, I've got this idea. I'd love to know your thoughts. And I kind of run through some of the ideas. And this is, I guess, in theory, a sales call, but it is the most chilled out experience ever, because we have all the rapport. We've worked together for so much. He's paid me already, I think at this stage, 100, 150, 200,000, I don't know, a lot of money. And, we're just going back and forth, kind of bouncing ideas off. And eventually we land on kind of the product and the deliverables of what I'm going to help him do. And some of it's just pure consulting stuff, and some of it's curriculum development stuff. So I'm going to create some stuff for him. And at the end of it, we go back and forth on numbers, and we settle on the $100K. And that day we collect 50% of it, and then the rest of the 50%, so $50,000 in one day. And then the rest of the 50% is developed or paid out over the remaining weeks. And for those of you in different currencies, this is $100,000 USD. So easily my biggest deal. Now, that's how it came to be. But here is the lesson. One of the biggest things that I have learned in the coaching space is that people undervalue their current clients and overvalue the clients yet to be signed. Meaning, when we talk about building a high ticket business, originally in the early days, of course you have got to go and get new business. Like, you don't have any clients. The gap between here and 10K a month, 10 and 30K a month, you got to get some clients, right? So you've got to be 70% focused on marketing and sales, 30% focused on client delivery. But there is a point in the scaling journey where that energy is so unhelpful, because you have this, for lack of a better term, this pile, this group of existing clients. Existing meaning they might currently work with you and still be paying you now, or people that have paid you in the past that have finished up working with you. But instead of figuring out how do we continue to add value to them to increase their lifetime value, so in other words, we continue to help them so it's a benefit for them, and they continue to pay us so it's a benefit for us, we instead, like just these neurotic, like, I don't even know what word I was gonna say, but just like completely neurotic behavior, we just ignore that, and we just go and find more clients. And think about what you're doing here. There are a group of people who already trust you. They already liked you enough to pay you money, and hopefully, best case scenario, they got great results. They might not have even got the perfect results, but hopefully they had a great experience. And you're ignoring that group of people, and instead you're going out and having to convince complete strangers that you're legit, you're not a scam artist, you're really cool, you know your stuff, and you focus on them instead. Now, my point is not stop new sales and just go focus on your existing clients. My point is this. If you were to dedicate as much energy into how do I continue to add value to existing clients, which might mean people who are currently paying me or people that have paid me in the past, and continue to solve their problems, how much better would my business be? How much more profitable would my business be? And this is a lesson that I've learned massively over the last year, is We have signed far less clients this year than last year, and we've made the same amount of money. So revenue has been the same. I think we did 2 million last year. We're on track because it's end of this year, almost at the end of this year, so we're on track for 2 million this year. And we signed way less clients. I don't know exactly how little, but like last year, there was a period where we were signing a client a day. I think we did it 60 or 70 days in a row. It was like a client a day, right? At like 10 grand a pop. So you do the math. It was like really intense. And not all those clients were sticking around because we were just having to like, just get through all of these clients. And then like we were signing the wrong clients and we come in and people didn't even have an offer or a niche. Like it was a crapshoot, right? And this year we went through a period where we didn't sign any clients for 5 months intentionally. Like, isn't that sounds like we didn't know what we're doing? No, we turned off marketing and sales. So no ads, no funnels, no content whatsoever. And I basically took a break from acquisition and we just served the clients we had. But it worked because we continued to use this model, which is how do we continue to solve problems for clients so that they continue to pay us. And I just wanted to use this story of me making this 100K deal because the wrong way for me to do this, which is what most internet marketers would do, would act as if this 100K deal just came out of nowhere and I'm really smart and I can teach you how to sell a 100K deal. I have no idea how to sell a 100K deal outside of a really good, long-standing relationship with a happy client. Like, I don't know how to take a stranger and bring them into my world and say, hey, you need to trust me and it's 100K. Like, I'm not at that level yet, but I am now at the level, right, which I'm really stoked about, to say that I have clients that their lifetime value to our business is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, there are very few people that can actually say that in the high ticket business because they have this model, like most people, which is we just need to get new clients and new clients and new clients. But I want to challenge you here today. How much better would your business feel? How much more profitable would it be? How much more fun would it be as rather than continuing to have to go find new strangers every week and convince them that you're amazing and that they should work with you? What if you decided to go deeper with people and figure out how to solve more problems with your existing clients, as well as getting new clients, but going deep with the ones you have so that you can increase their lifetime value and ultimately maximize the results that they can get with you long term? So that's how I signed a $100,000 deal. I'm very excited about even doing the work, which is also another really great thing when you find great people to work with, is the doing of the work is much less work because you actually enjoy hanging out with the people and interacting with the people that you have sticking around with you for a long time. So get off the hamster wheel of just desperately needing new clients to keep your business alive every month and figure out a model where you can keep people around for a long time. It becomes more fun, business is easier, and you have way more profit at the end of the day. So I'm hoping this is helpful. If you have any questions or if this resonated with you, feel free to let me know below and I'll see you in another video.